Hey everybody, Everyday Kiwi Mumma here. Just thought I would bring you along while I get ready for dinner. It's not dinner time yet, it's 3:30, but we are having crumb schnitzel. So I just kind of always crumb it for a couple of hours before I cook it, just to get the crumb to actually set. I've always done that, so I thought I'd bring you along and we'd have a chat, because what I've noticed about my content is that I have at least one video a week that's a little bit longer, where I just talk about what we've had going on, talk to you about how things are here for my family. So let's get into it. I'm just going to grab my apron. My other aprons are in the wash. I need to rotate some around. I just found a few today that I haven't used for a while. But let's get into it. Okay, what can I tell you? So it is Labour weekend here in New Zealand, which is great. It means that my husband doesn't have to go to work on Monday. My kids don't have to go to school on Monday. And I don't have to make lunch early for everybody on Monday, which is great. However, I'm probably going to need to do some work on Monday myself, because I am in the throes of starting my own business. I am, for those who haven't seen the video or who don't know, I am a coach. I am a teen coach, or I call myself a ways of working coach. I have my own business, which is WOWCoach. Wow, WOW coach, and I have a YouTube channel for that, WOWCoachNZ. So I'm in the throes of creating content at the moment. I have coaching clients on the go, and I have some clients that I want to try and get on board. I'm also trying to, get more clients for myself. I coach individuals, I coach teams, I coach leaders. There are so many people who do my job around the world, but, for me and the type of person that I am, I offer something a little bit different to my coaching clients. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get all that sorted. So I'm probably going to do some of that work tomorrow, because the weather is meant to be really crappy. We've been going through this crazy weather system over here. South Island, so I live in the North Island, so for those of you who aren't from New Zealand, I live in Morrinsville, which is in the Waikato, which is in the North Island of New Zealand. So New Zealand is split into 3 islands, 2 main islands, and then a small island at the bottom. So we have North Island, South Island, and Stewart Island. The South Island over the last, not even over the last few days, but Thursday, Friday, the South Island got hit with such a bad weather pattern and weather storm going on, and we had terrible weather here as well on Friday, but we're talking about half of the South Island is currently without power. Some of those places are without water. They are in, a really bad way. So I'm kind of hoping that everything works out for them, but there is another really bad weather system coming tomorrow, and they could get snow even in the South Island, which for this time of the year is really odd, coming into summer. But yeah, I'm just hoping that all the family is down in the South Island. I do have family in Invercargill, which is really deep south. Hoping that they are staying safe, that they are making do as well as they possibly can, and that they've got power and water on as soon as possible. But yeah, let's crack into it, and I'll just talk a bit more as we're going through. So, what am I doing? Schnitzel. So I've got to get my bowl here. Alright, so what are we going on? So yes, so Thursday was a teacher strike here in New Zealand. So neither of the girls went to school on Thursday. So all primary school teachers, in which my youngest daughter's intermediate, they also come under primary school. So all primary school teachers went on strike, and all college and high school teachers went on strike as well. So neither of the girls went to school on Friday. sorry, on Thursday, but my eldest daughter did have school on Friday. My youngest had a teacher only day on Friday, so she has been off school since Thursday. She gets a 5-day weekend. My eldest only gets 3-day weekend, similar to my husband and I. So so that was going on. We had the most amazing day yesterday, weather-wise. It was beautiful, and I got out and basically spent all day in the sun and doing the gardens, weeding the pots, getting my berries under their bird netting. I was just trying to think of what the heck I call it, but under their bird netting, because I've got blueberries that are starting to form, I've got raspberries, and I've got lots of other berries that are also starting to form, so that's exciting. They're all my summer berries, so that's cool. Yeah, I harvested rhubarb yesterday, so harvested my rhubarb yesterday, weeded my garden, topped up my big garden with all of my soil, planted some carrots and parsnips and lettuce, picked some strawberries. Oh my goodness, they are the best. And I posted a photo on my Instagram, my Everyday Kiwi Mumma Instagram, of my strawberries. That Instagram doesn't have much on it. It's just kind of getting started, but if you want to follow me there as well, you can. I might just post photos every day of different things that we've got going on. But yeah, that's there. What else? That was pretty much it. Like, I just spent the whole day in the garden. It took me all day to do all of those things. And then today, oh, and my husband mowed the lawns as well, so, and the girls spent the day doing washing, because they have to do their own washing when they don't have anything on. They're old enough to. I think it's a really good skill for them to learn at their age. I mean, they've pretty much been able to put their own washing on since they were 8, but I always folded it up for them. But they do the whole thing now, only when they can. Just realised, give me a minute, I'm going to press pause, come back in a minute. I haven't got almond meal over here, so I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, and I am back. I'm just going with almond flour. I didn't have my hands on it right there. Alright, so yeah, so we had a beautiful day yesterday. Needless to say, I slept super well. I'm so tired. We had a beautiful roast dinner yesterday, because I can put a roast on and just let it cook. And roast veggies, they all went in, and I got some silver beet, pulled out my last of my silver beet from last summer, harvested some of that, and we were meant to have that, but I was just so tired. We didn't have any green veggies yesterday. It's okay, I'm gonna make up for it now. But that rhubarb that I harvested, I made stewed rhubarb and homemade custard with it. So that is a video of that. So that video will be coming out before this one. So you would have already seen that. I got some garden video as well, so you would have probably already seen that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened yesterday. I'm just adding to my breadcrumby mix some, because I don't use breadcrumbs because we don't eat bread. So this is almond flour. I just added paprika, and I'm gonna add some mixed herbs and then just some salt and pepper to this as well, because it just adds a really lovely flavor. Oh, there's still plenty in it. Just sounded like it was running out. Okie dokie. So let's just mix that around. You will see that quite often I just use my hands in a lot of my videos. I wash my hands the whole time. But I feel that when I bake or when I cook anything, your hands just are able to mix things so much better. That's just my thoughts on it anyway. Everybody has difference of opinion. I do wash my hands constantly, to the point that I have very weak nails, very soft nails. Okay. Right, I'll just get that out of the way. So, what have we got coming up this week? Where is everybody? So it is Sunday here. So I spent this morning, my husband and I did a 6.5k walk. We went out at about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and just did a 6k walk. It took us about an hour and a half. I was really tired after that walk, but hang on one second, I'm just going to float these eggs because I don't know how old some of them are. Perfect, no floaters. Okay, so yeah, we did that walk and then we came home and had coffee because we've started having coffee after we walk. I have found that I feel a lot better when we walk and then have coffee, so we do that. So we came home, had our coffee, and then we went to our local Mitre 10, which is, again, for those who don't live in New Zealand, Mitre 10 is like our hardware store kind of thing. I don't even know if you live in America what the equivalent of that is, but it's just a hardware store. And you can pretty much get everything except for groceries from Mitre 10. Oh, I just got a double yoke. I haven't had one of those in a long time. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of seedlings because as much as I did plant seeds yesterday, and not only did I plant lettuce and carrots and parsnips, what I didn't tell you is that I planted a zucchini, a tomato, a cucumber to climb up, my zucchini to climb up, my tomato to climb up as well. So I planted those, and we had a whole bunch of pumpkins that had gone soft because I hadn't quite got to them in time. So I didn't plant any pumpkins this year. I've just scattered pumpkins like everywhere. My pumpkins self-seed and they grow so well. So I'm kind of hoping that I get some pumpkins. So what did I get from Mitre 10? I got another zucchini, because 2 more zucchinis, because I try and have 3 every year. I got a 6-pack of beetroot, which actually ends up, I think I had like 30 beetroot seedlings, because you have to pull them apart, you know, because you've got 3 of them in the thing. So I had about 30 of those. I planted out 12 cabbages. I planted out 15 spinach plants, 6 silver beet, 6 celery, 12 broccoli, and then I've just planted an apple, cucumber and okra as well. So we will see how all that all grows. But you know, in my garden as well, I have got rosemary and thyme, I've got parsley, I've got chives, I've got basil growing that I've planted, I've got mint. So like those are all my herbs that I have. I have a lemon tree, I've got a lime tree, I've got raspberry, blackberry, 2 blueberries, I've got a boysenberry, and I've got a, I think it's a loganberry, I might be wrong. So like that's pretty much us done. Oh, and I've got an avocado tree, which you should have seen as well. That was self-seeded too. And yesterday we just found we had another one that's self-seeded. So we're going to go and save that from all the weeds. That's going to be another job at some stage. Don't know when, but at some stage. So got home, planted all of those out, spent the morning in the garden planting everything out, watering everything. So now everything is in the ground. I didn't video that, but I will take you down there in maybe a week's time and show you what it all looks like. And then came inside, made lunch, had a little rest, got a video prepped and put up, and now I am doing dinner. So let's do this. I feel like I get distracted sometimes and I talk too much and I don't actually do much. But anyway, let's do this. It goes this way. Okay, there may or may not be enough tapioca flour in there. Yes, I use my hands again. I know a lot of people will frown, but honestly, it is just the easiest way for me. And I'm going to pop them into this bowl here and just take my knife. Yeah, I'm still cleaning up from lunchtime because I had a wee rest. So, gotta make this work. I don't have a lot of bench space here. But anyway, if I move you up, let's just see if this works. Unless I prop you, you can't really see what I'm doing. So, I'll just maybe move you to there. Cool. And then you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so what have we got going on this week coming up? So Monday is public holiday, like I said. The weather's meant to be really bad tomorrow. I'm not planning on doing much other than a bit of work and probably just a little bit of housework because I have been outside. I haven't done any housework, but it's been lovely to do some outside jobs. Tuesday is school day. Actually, yesterday on our walk yesterday morning, my husband and I found somebody's wallet, and I have posted it on our local Facebook groups, but nobody has come forward or claimed it or anything. So I have to on Tuesday take it to our local police station because that's closed to the public this weekend because it's a long weekend. Oh, right. What else? So that will be Tuesday. Our Monday, oh yeah, tomorrow the girls actually have lacrosse training in the club and Hamilton, so that might only get cancelled if we have thunderstorms, because they do not play lacrosse and thunderstorms. It's the only weather they don't play in. Wednesday is athletics day at the intermediate, so might pop along for that if I have a chance, but I've got coaching clients that day, so not sure that I will. And I'm just about to take somebody on a new journey, so that probably take a bit out of me. Coaching, I love coaching, but I get really tired. It's all part of my autoimmune. I get really tired quite often, quite easily. Okay, I used almond flour this time instead of almond meal, and it's kind of made a little bit of a lighter crumb, but I'm more than okay with that. Okay, Thursday. Don't think we have anything planned for Thursday, which will be a nice change. Although I'm probably going to have to take the eldest into Matamata to get contacts. We'll see, because the contacts have worked out, which I'm super happy about. But that is a story. I don't know if I've actually told you guys that story. I'm gonna have to look through my other videos and see if I have or not. But whether I do or not, who knows. What else? I don't know. Also, want to just say how thankful I am to you guys. I jumped on here this morning, so again, it's Sunday. I jumped on here this morning and saw just over the last few days my subscribers has grown, and I've gone from 19 up to 28, and I cannot be more thankful and more grateful for you guys. You help me more than you know. You help me get feel more comfortable with YouTube. It's also a social media platform that I use for my WOWCoach stuff, as well as Instagram. But I don't do a lot of talking to the camera because I just don't feel confident enough and comfortable enough. So I this helps me, so you guys, I really appreciate that. And not only that, you know, like, if I don't have clients, I don't get paid, and I'm kind of trying to find another way that I can get paid. And so YouTube is one of those things. If I can keep growing my subscriber count, you know, we might be able to get there where this can be an actual thing. So thank you so much. Please comment, please reach out. Let's make this channel one that you guys will enjoy. I want to create content that you like and enjoy. So yeah. What else? Friday. Oh, Friday. I'm hoping to go to Costco. Hey guys, okay. Sorry, I've just come back. You wouldn't know that, but I just had to stop the video. My family came inside and were talking to me, so I just came back. So basically, I finished crumbing all the schnitzel. I'm just gonna stick that in the fridge now. What was I saying? I was saying Costco. So yes, I'm heading to Costco on Friday, which will be the first time since April. I think I went up. No, that's a lie. I went up in July. So I went up in July, and I say up because Costco is in Auckland, which is 2 hours north of us, as the crow, you know, like it takes me 2 hours to get there. So Costco opens at 9:30, maybe 10 on a Friday. I think it's 9:30, I can't remember. I'll plan to be there at 9:30. I like to get there early so I can get in, get all my stuff. I'm going up on the 31st of October. We all know what that is. So I'm imagining it's going to be pretty crazy, so the earlier I can get there, the better for me. And because it is a 2-hour drive and I go by myself, yeah, it's just easier. So I'll leave here at about just after 7, head up there, and that means I can kind of settle myself and get my list sorted and everything else. So I'm going to go to Costco on Friday. I am going to record that for you guys. That might be a long video as well of Costco and you know, like what I've got going on at Costco, what I get at Costco. So that might come out as a long video and then maybe a short. I'll just see how I feel and what happens, but predominantly what I get from Costco is dishwash tablets. I get enough to last me for a couple of months. I get all my washing powder from there. I don't think I need any this time. My white vinegar, which I put in with my washing, with my laundry. They didn't have that last time. I'm kind of hoping they have that this time. They have 4-litre containers of white vinegar, and normally I can get a box of 4, which is awesome, but hopefully they've got it back. If not, then I'm just gonna have to have normal white vinegar. What else have I got going on? What else do I get from there? I get meat from there. If we can't get home kill meat, I will get meat from there. So we're just getting really down low on our home kill meat. I've been buying a bit of meat from the supermarket. If you've seen in my last 2 grocery videos, I've kind of had to buy some meat. We're just getting down to the bare minimum, and you kind of get to the point where you get sick of mutton, because that's what we've got. We've got lots and lots of mutton. Well, we've had lots and lots of mutton, but I think I've got 3 roasts left, a couple of packets of strips, maybe a couple of steaks, of chops, and that's it. So we're getting kind of down on our mutton. So I'm going to go and get some meat from there that will freeze, and hopefully I can get a few months worth of meat for us. And then we'll see what the egg prices are and whether I do my vegetables and groceries from there or whether I don't. But I also have another mum who she lives just out of Morrinsville, and she tries to go up like once a month to get stuff. She couldn't get what she wanted when she was up there, so she's asked me to get some stuff for her, so I will do that as well. So that's that, and then that kind of gets us to Saturday when we're back to lacrosse again. So yeah, but anyway, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much my little ramble for the week.
I seem to have a week, once a week, where I just do a ramble. It's kind of what it is. I'm really sorry about that. I think I've done a ramble and introduced myself, but if you haven't found one of those and you'd like to know a little bit more about just me, let me know. For those of you who are new, just really quickly, I don't feature my family on YouTube. You might see them pop up every now and then, but this is my thing, it is not their thing. So I tend to stop my video and will talk to them off camera, and then when they're out of the room I do it again. And it's just because, one, our girls are 12 and 14, and we want them to grow up and make their own, you know, when they're old enough, when they're like 16, 17, 18, we want them to make up their own minds about whether they want to have social media or not. We don't want them to be thinking about that right now while they're still meeting new friends and learning how to interact with people instead of being on their phones all the time. So that is something that I will stick to. My husband is also just not a fan of social media, so he won't feature on here at all. And me, I'm very wary of social media. Social media is one of those things where it can either be harmful or it can be helpful, and I have a very and whether this comes from the type of work that I do, I've kind of learned that I am who I am and I am what I am, and you will either like me or you won't like me, and if I'm not your cup of tea, then that is more than okay with me. But I will not take any comments you throw at me that are hurtful as something coming at me. I will hold up that mirror and bounce it right back to you, because honestly, your bad day doesn't have to ruin mine. I have enough bad days of my own, and I don't take that on anybody else, and I don't blame anybody else for that. So yeah, I want to build a really cool community here where people are kind to each other, where you're all supportive. So if you have a YouTube channel as well that you're starting out on, or you've got one there, drop it in the comments, please. I'd love to come and subscribe. If you're one of my subscribers, I would love to come and subscribe to your channel too. I think it would be awesome if we can just build this cool little cohort of people that support each other. Like I said, I'm just starting out my Instagram journey for Everyday Kiwi Mumma as well, so you can find me there. I'll try and post stuff up in there as well. And yeah, Wow Coach, if you would like to see what I do for my job, I will put in this description of this video my handles for Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn for Wow Coach. I mean, all of them get the same sort of social media on them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, you can kind of choose if you want to follow me on there or not. Maybe I will be inspirational to you, or maybe you'll just get sick of me. Who knows? It is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you were able to watch this and have a coffee or a cup of tea or whatever it is that you like to do. Sorry, I forgot to mention that at the start. I probably should have. But anyway, that is it for me. I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.